Hello, I'm Beth from Aunt Bee's Attic, and welcome to the bathroom project in our new shop. I had completely blank new walls that I wanted to do something out of the ordinary with. To my surprise, my husband said, "Sure, why not?" when I said I wanted to decoupage them. So the hardest part was figuring out where to begin. I knew I wanted the Roycycled bird ephemera paper centered in the doorway. I've always loved its design, and I wanted it framed by the doorway when you saw it from outside of the room. So I picked a variety of papers and taped them to the wall using painter's tape. This let me play around with the layout before committing to anything. Then I even changed it as I was going. I thought I would be starting in the center with the bird paper, but the first paper I actually applied to the wall was the grunge subway paper up on the right. I loved the bold numbers and the industrial feel. It added a totally different subject and texture to the wall. And yes, it's definitely got tricky. This section comes from the Romantic Blocks paper from Roycycled, and my goal here was to make it almost like a vintage magazine cover. I started with the title piece and then worked on building it out. The section I'm holding underneath actually combines another part of the Romantic Blocks paper and botanical blocks. I put them together on brown paper first because it wasn't just layering the papers, they were almost woven together to frame the picture of the girl's face. Then I just decoupaged the entire assembled piece onto the wall. I used Paint Couture satin top coat to apply everything to the wall. I do wonder if decoupage medium may have had less wrinkling. It's different working on a vertical surface than a horizontal. The paper on the far right is ephemeral burlap, and the tilted piece next to the grungy subway is another section from the Romantic Blocks sheet. I didn't always paint underneath with white like you should when the paper might overlap another and potentially show through. You'll see how I remedied that later. If you do paint the base or the back of the top paper, images stay crisp without bleed through. So throughout the project, I got input from multiple different family members. Here you'll hear my grandson Joey was helping me pick trim pieces to connect the magazine pieces. Okay, I gotta see if I like one of these. Or
Like,
in between those two.
yeah,
I'm thinking this one.
that could go if you had those. If you had actually, you don't have enough. You could put if you had wallpaper like that. That could go all over.
Well, I'm
Behind
trying
everything.
see the spot up there?
Yeah.
It's him.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find something to go in between them. It would either be this one, or this one.
That looks like something that would go on like the very top of something.
Well, like if this was one magazine, I need something to hold them together. You can tell he thought it would be easier to just wallpaper. Thankfully, he approved of the design in the end. So next I was ready to finally apply the center paper. I tried to make sure it was lined up carefully so it wouldn't feel crooked when you walked into the room. Above that, I used a clock from the Roycycled TikTok paper and then added random bits of other papers with script in the gaps. Over on the right, I knew I wanted to use the Posh pattern roses, but I knew those should be in front. So I started with floral ephemera paper, and I thought the roses would connect beautifully with the roses from the Posh pattern. I trimmed around pieces of the Posh pattern and layered that on top. That's my granddaughter popping in. Not sure if she was helping me with something or just giving her opinion or words of encouragement. On the left side, I also added another piece of the grungy subway, which helped tie the entire wall together. And then this piece of the Christmas journal, I like the way it looked like old wallpaper you find under layers and layers of wallpaper when you're stripping walls in a century home. Putting that piece gave me a clearer inspiration for the wall. Embrace any wrinkles and tears, it's layers over time. Some may even be patches someone thought would work, and then it just bloomed into a patchwork of wall art. So here's a look at the wall so far. Definitely still a lot to do. I'm planning to add more papers, blend edges, and incorporate some transfers to really bring everything together. Make sure you follow along for part 2, where we will continue building out this vintage collage wall. Let me know in the comments what you think so far.